here. Welcome to the Christian Objectivist. What the heck? Every time I say it, it's like, I get it. Maybe a gimmick, I don't know. But I'm a member of a church parish, and I've been a long time advocate of, and living by the principles, the philosophy of objectivism. Okay, so why do you do this? Don't you know that God doesn't exist and this and that? Well, I get it. I was there. I was there at a point, and then I wasn't. So a few more thoughts on my directions on why I'm a Christian objectivist. Oh dear, I said it again, and even by saying it again. So I've also started to listen to Yaron Brooks' show once again after a hiatus, maybe 12 months, but straight off the bat, like, I listened to a couple of episodes, and yeah, what can I say? He's doing well, and the recent commentary on the Roe v. Wade Supreme Court decision, that's some good work. Yaron Brook put some good commentary out. I'm quite impressed. And I didn't quite understand, or the right. So the right is taking your rights away as well, where the right was about keeping freedom, and then they take rights away with the whole abortion thing. And I thought, wow, they're coming at us from both sides, and who's they and all that sort of thing. Yeah, I get it. There's all different thoughts on who they are, but that's another video example that I'll go on with, how I see future world projections of how we're going and whatnot. So today, Objectivism and Health, Ayn Rand and health. Well, the reason why I start on health today is because health is my shtick, even though I'm not making any money out of it, because it's not part of the mainstream. Even I think Yaron Brook, I haven't listened to any COVID or vaccine talk from Yaron, but I think he'd be I think he'd be supportive of what's happening. I'd predict that he would get vaccinated, and you got to trust the scientific method, and scientists do this and that, and expertise, and I'm not sure about policy-wise, but the whole idea of the tech that goes into the vaccines, I think Yaron Brook would be, he's probably triple vaxxed. I'd be surprised if he wasn't. So Ayn Rand, she struggled with her weight through her years. She lived a fairly decent age with her physique, so to speak, and we know about her weight struggles. She apparently was taking amphetamines and different weight loss type treatments to manage the battle of the bulge, and she was just generally hefty, not too hefty, but she did okay considering the poisons she was putting in her body and the like, and being a smoker. Wow. So she lived a fairly decent age, and she gave us some massive value to the human spirit. So even Leonard Peikoff. I'm not sure if he reached his 90s or anything, or if he's still with us. I think even at the time of recording this, I think he's still with us, but he's still doing great in his 90s. I think he's in his 90s, and even I think his father was a doctor, so therefore, they're going to place a lot of value on doctors, on the whole medical system. Oh, they've made us live longer. That's what I feel. It's only a feel at this point, right? So I really think that Yaron Brook, at least the most active, public, known objectivist clinician, philosopher. He's not really a philosopher. He doesn't really publish at all, but he comments well on the whole system of objectivism. So even the smartest people in the room, Ayn Rand, Leonard Peikoff, Yaron Brook, I don't know, Nathaniel Brennan, Alan Greenspan, I wonder how he's going. Yeah, they've lived long lives. Let's see how Yaron Brook goes. He'll probably live less lengthy versus the others that I just mentioned. I don't mean to diss on Yaron Brook or anything, but there are a few external symptoms and that sort of thing which indicate a certain risk of not living as long as the other 4 or 5 that I mentioned. So there you go. Health, objectivism and health. I do believe that objectivists will think that the mainstream healthcare complex would have contributed to our effectively doubling of our life expectancy in the last century, or at least since 1900. And a bit complicated. I believe that the life expectancy in 1850, especially in England, where they were taking some data, was effectively the same life expectancy as we're experiencing now. While the US still giving us great health care, and they're doing all the research and development, and all the other countries are taking advantage of the ingenuity of the Americans. I believe that's what most objectivists would say. But do you know that the US life expectancy is mid to high 70s, and it ranks around 40th, between 40th and 60th in the world. It's because lifestyles, life choices, risk taking, alcohol and drugs, bullshit. It's all bullshit. The ingenuity of the engineers and the inventors of the US has inadvertently led to, because the US was a head start into building dams and preventing floods from mitigating floods and all that sort of thing. We stopped doing our ash practice, and we're stopping all the flood waters getting into our farmlands, and therefore the farming lands, the farming soils have missed out on all the nutrients getting to those regions in the US. Less minerals in the soil, because if the minerals aren't getting in the soil, they don't get into the food. A lot of nutritionists and dietitians don't understand that. All the MDs. Even in the same field, the same state, certainly a different country, the mineral profile of that foodstuff, of that crop, will be different. Did you know that? So the US had a start on the few decades jump on the rest of the world in the mega rollout of electricity, therefore hydroelectric dams, and then the US went into soil depletion, extreme soil depletion, much faster, or firstly before everyone else, and then going into extreme soil depletion much faster than everybody else as well. But don't worry, the US won't get worse in their life expectancy, because everyone else is now building dams, mitigating their floods, and they'll be joining us into the 70s of, mid to late 70s of life expectancy. And by 2050, the life expectancy may even be more south than it is now. No, doctors may not increase life expectancy of our population, or public health. Public health may not contribute to an increase in life expectancy any longer, because they don't understand the micronutrient profile of our of what humans need, and all vertebrates for that matter. So even your goldfish, dog, cat, your hippo, your crocodile, and the tortoise, they all need 90 essential micronutrients, declared essential micronutrients. 60 of those are the minerals that I refer to. You need to digest them and also absorb them, which is a couple of layers of more complexity on the matter. So what do we do as objectivists? Do what I do. I don't expect that. Because you're just a quack. You're a poor quack. You don't produce at all. And all I've got going for me is I used to be a registered nurse. I've been deregistered. Now I can say whatever I want. So if you want to be healthier, be leaner, and live longer, I've got a few links on my on the recording here, and yeah, have a look if you want. But there you go. Ayn Rand may have easily got to becoming a centenarian with cognition. Imagine how much more value she would have given us. How much more productive years she could have given us. Ooh, geez. And Leonard Peikoff, and hopefully you're on as well. Wow. So that's where it's at. Micronutrients. All the genetic research, therapies being developed, researched, marketed, not a single one will have any significance, any statistical benefit, statistical significance ever, because it will not be in any of the genetic therapies ever developed in future. It's all in the micronutrients. It's all about cell health. That's where my shtick is to those, to the objectivists. And there's a few Christians out there. And just a quick reminiscing observation, sharing of a story. I was at a objectivist meetup, and this chap, decent fella, he said, well, if I had a choice between some of the libertarians out there with some of the cleanest shirt in the dirty basket, seems to be the libertarians, which fairly closely aligned with objectivist thought, right? I'd be choosing. He said I'd be choosing the Christians because they're quieter, they're cleaner, they got nice, proud homes. Why not listen to what some of the Christians have to say? Well, Well done, mate. Whatever his name was. Loved your comment. I made him know that I love the comments. So yeah, anyway, that's just a quick little anecdote of where I stand, and that was that. Objectivism and health. You may know objectivists, scientists, scientific method, or if scientists and dietitians and MDs and nutritionists and the people that are working you out don't understand about micronutrients, then their knowledge is bupkis. It's they're not producing anything. Okay. For now, myself and very few people that have subscribed to what I advocate in health, I like to say, let's compare notes in 30 years or 50 years. I doubt that I'll be vindicated, but here's my quick sort of, intro, bit of a indication of my shtick and my contribution to the world, while acknowledging I'm an objectivist. A Christian objectivist. There you go. There you have it. Anyway, that's all for today. Bye-bye.